It's your girl Passion. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, I want to say welcome. Hey girl, hey. Make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button and turn on your post notifications, you guys. But before I get this video started, I want to apologize for any noise that you hear in the background. I cannot control what's going on around me. So this video, as you can tell by the title, is a prison wife Q&A. So I did a short video and I asked you guys to send in your questions because I get different questions. I have new subscribers. Some of the questions I've already answered. But I'm gonna go ahead and answer them again to the best of my abilities, and also feel free if there's something that I didn't answer or you want to elaborate on, or something that you can relate to somebody else's question under this video that I can't answer because I haven't been through that situation. Feel free to leave your feedback in the comment section below. I want to say that y'all did not come to play with these questions. I told y'all to send in y'all questions and y'all did just that. So starting off, explain family visiting. So family visits are conjugal visits. That's what most people go by. So basically, it's when you're married, you're able to spend time with your significant other, you know, a few days or a couple of days or so. You have to be an approved visitor. You can bring your children. Your children does not have to be biological. Once you are married, that is considered your spouse's stepchild. It's like a small apartment. And I guess you can say they try to make it as normal as possible. They have a refrigerator, a stove, a 2-bedroom, so it has a kid's room, you know, the room for the adults with a full-size bed. It has twin beds for children. They also have cribs for infants, high chairs and stuff like that. So you spend time. In my case, my visits are 3 days but 2 nights. So I leave on the 3rd day. I don't get to spend another night. So it's 72 hours technically, I guess you can say, but it's 2 nights in 3 days. How has my husband been? My husband has been doing good. He's been trying his best to move forward in a positive aspect. If you do follow me and you've been following me for a while, then you know, like updates I drop here and there in my vlogging videos about him. Different programs that he does, things to keep himself productive. Overall, he is doing really good. He's excited for our family visit that is coming up. Since COVID, I haven't been able to go to in-person visits, let alone family visits. So this will be our first family visit in a long time. Can we talk on the phone? Yes, we do talk on the phone. They have this thing called day room where they can go out and socialize a certain period of time. And they call you collect on the payphone. Of course, you have to have money on your phone. So we are only able to talk when they are able to actually go out and use the payphone. How long does it take to get family visits? So with family visits, you have to be married in order to get them. Depending on which state, I've had some people comment in the past that their state doesn't allow them, or whatever country they're in, they doesn't allow them to have family visits. So it really depends, because inmate has to qualify for family visits. So just because you're married doesn't mean that you actually qualify, depending on what you're charged with. I don't want to go into that because I don't know everybody's situation. The inmate should know if they qualify for family visits after you guys are married. It depends on the person, the situation, where they're at, and what status they are, if they're able to accept visits. Usually when you're on a higher level, meaning like maximum security, they want you to, you're like at a higher risk for like violence and different things like that. So they want you to be at a certain level for you to even be able to qualify. So I can't really tell you how long it would take for somebody else. For me, in my situation, it took longer because my husband was on a higher level at the time that we got married. What can you bring to a family visit? So, what is the best way I can answer this question? So I have a pack with me video, and I'll try to link, I'm gonna link my prison wife playlist in the description box, but I have a pack with me video. So for yourself, you bring stuff like clothes, you know, things to lounge in, toiletries, they have to be a certain size. Just basically like the basic stuff that you need, because it's not like you're going to visit. You guys can go out to the store, go to the park and stuff like that. You stay in that apartment. They have a yard that you can go and, you know, get some fresh air and stuff like that. But you bring just like the basic stuff that you need to Like if you were at home pretty much just staying in for the weekend type of thing, you'll have clothes, necessity, things that you need, not like overdo it. For me, I try to pack as simple as possible. I would say my first few visits, I didn't know that you can bring like games like Uno, you know, stuff that's like simple things. Don't overdo it. When I learned that I could bring stuff like that, that's what I brought, like Uno, Sorry. The time that my child has came with me, I let him take maybe 1 or 2 toys and stuff, but don't overdo it. That's what I would say. What are the hours for family visiting? So like I said, for me, my experience is 72 hours. Other people have told me that they've had longer than that. I haven't experienced that, so it depends on where their house, meaning like where they're at. With prison, different prisons, even if you're in the same state, a lot of prisons do different things. So they all have their own rules. But for me, my personal experience is 72 hours, I guess you can say, 2 nights and 3 days. How do I deal with people's views on prison relationships? I also talked about this in the past. For me, the place that I'm in now in my life, I would advise that you go back and look at those videos as well. But for me, the place that I am in my life, I really don't care how people look at my relationship or what I'm doing, because I look at it as that we all have flaws, and just because you don't agree with what I'm doing doesn't mean that I would agree with what you're doing. Your relationship, you guys might live in the same household, but your relationship is not on good terms, if that's the best way that I basically can say that. So dealing with people's views and stuff, I don't really deal with it. You can have your opinion, but at the end of the day, I learned dealing with my family situations, because that's where I feel like it hit home. People who knew me personally had their personal views about what I choose to do with my life. And at the end of the day, I had to sit down and think for myself, like, what makes me happy? Is making me happy doing something that they think that I shouldn't be doing or whatever? So I just chose for myself to ignore what other people think and continue to do what makes me happy. So that's how I deal with other people's views at this point in my life. In my beginning stages of being in this relationship, it was very hard for me. But now it's like, girl, whatever. What can you do to make your man feel loved and right at home when he comes home? So I'm gonna answer the second part of the question first. So I'm not in a position right now that my husband is home yet, so I can't really answer. I can only imagine, um, envision how I would want it to be, what I'm gonna do, and who knows, whenever that time comes, my feelings may change, or where I will be at that point in my life and things like that. So I can't really tell you how to make him feel comfortable at home, besides you know what your man likes and things like that. But when that time comes for me, I will make sure that I let you guys know all of that. And what can you do to make your man feel loved? I can give you guys examples, but you know your partner, you know what your partner likes, and you know what your partner doesn't like, and vice versa. In a prison relationship, communication, letters, pictures, visits when you can, encourage. I would say encourage your loved one to be the best person that he can be. Like little things, to me, it's the little things that count, and it's a long distance relationship basically. So do little things that you can do, you know, when you guys talk, pop up, do special visits that he doesn't even know about, surprise him. It's kind of hard to really say because you're limited on the things that you can do. The new visiting rules. So from my experience with COVID, in order for you to even get on the premises for family visiting and regular visiting, you either have to be fully vaccinated and present your vaccination card, you know, before you can get on the grounds. And or you have to get COVID tested 72 hours from your actual visit time, and you have to show proof of that. So your email on your phone or whatever, you have to pull it up in order for you to even get inside the gate. And in my case, for my family visit, which I found this information because I actually called the prison. If you don't know, you can call visiting different departments and stuff, and you can get information as well. But for my case, for my family visit, my son is under the age to get vaccinated, so I have to get him COVID tested 72 hours before our visit. They're not doing the regular hours how they were doing before, where the prison will open up at 8:30, and I think the visits were like to 2 or 2:45. They're doing like 2-hour visits right now, and of course it's mandatory. You have to wear your mask and practice social distancing and things to that sort. But I haven't been to in person since COVID started. Does your man's prison have place for grace program? No. I actually asked my husband. They don't have that program at his prison. They do have different programs. If you guys want me to make a video about that and different programs that he actually enrolled into, and like the process of how you do it. And that's another thing. Each prison have different programs that you can do as well. They're not all the same. How long does the marriage process take? So the marriage process, again, it really depends. I'm trying to think, y'all. I'm going on 5 years of being married now. So your spouse has to send in basically like a form or request, has to apply for it. At the time when my husband applied for it, it was, I think, $20. I'm not sure how much it costs now, and it might vary of where they're located at as well. I would say maybe a month and a half it took for oh, that's a tough one, y'all, because I can't really remember, but I know it was paperwork we had to go through. I had to get sent something to sign, and then you have to pick the person that's going to marry you. So the prison will send you a list of who works out of that prison. You contact them, discuss the fees, and then they actually pick the date. You don't pick the date that you get married. They actually tell you the date that's available. But since it's been COVID, I'm not sure how that process is going now, how they're doing getting married. If your man is up for transfer, is it a guarantee that he will go there? No, it's not a guarantee. So when they go up for transfer, what was explained to me by my husband is, I think they have 3 options, but it depends on if the prison that they're trying to go to is accepting anybody at that time. So you pick basically the options, your number 1, number 2, number 3, and you go with whichever ones are full. And it also depends on the level that you are, higher level, lower level, which level the prison is on. But unfortunately, it's no guarantee, even if it's closer to your home. I've been asked questions about my husband by other women in front of officers. How do I handle this without being rude? I believe she said that she responds by saying she doesn't know her husband's business. I think in that case, it's like, it's not what you say. I think it's the way that you say it. So you can say it in a way and it sounds rude, and you can say it in a way that it doesn't sound rude. I don't know. People think that, I mean, it's a different type of lifestyle, but at the same time, we're still people. So you may have people that's in your business in the free world, and it's the same thing. Those same people go to prisons to visit their loved ones as well. So it's kind of like the same thing. So my advice to you would be like to ignore it as best as possible, or politely say to what you said. Like, you don't know anything about your husband's business, and that's something for him to discuss, which is true. How do I budget as a prison wife? Whew, y'all. So budgeting as a prison wife. I've been asked this question a lot, and I've been trying the best way to answer it for y'all, because I don't feel like there's no right way, but there is a wrong way. And it's not just budgeting as a prison wife, it's budgeting overall. But in this particular situation, the person that you're involved with, you guys should come down to like whatever is best for you and your budget. Far as there's a monthly amount, you know, you have packages that you guys do, but those are not every month. Those go by like every quarter. Phone calls is a certain amount of money that you put on the phone for a month. Sending money to their books for canteen is a certain amount of money that you do that for. So when they have jobs in there, that money in a month does go to their books, but it's not enough money to actually take care of themselves. You shouldn't overextend yourself, and you should go within your budget. Only you know what your budget is, and I would say that you would have to manage it, but you definitely would have to have communication with your loved one to let them know the plan of what your monthly or every other month or however you do it. But for me, home comes first. And when I say that, I mean like bills, your child, things that you need, necessities, things that you need. Kind of hard. Depends on if you're with somebody who doesn't know how to budget, or if you're somebody who doesn't know how to budget, where you are living basically paycheck to paycheck, or the person that you're dealing with doesn't understand that. And when you order package, they $300-$400, or you know, just craziness. I would say the best thing that you can do is stick to a schedule. You know what your budget is. You know what you are bringing in a month. And you guys need to discuss that and talk about that. All right, y'all. So the last question is, can you bring lube to a family visit? Now, please don't be offended because I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I called the prison to ask them this for you. And I was so embarrassed. I was holding my laugh in on the phone. And it's like, it's a funny situation. It's funny. But when you think about it, we're all adults. So, of course, you know, if you want to bring condoms and stuff like that, it's something that's real, something that you need to talk about and that people want to know. So I'm not laughing at you at all. It was just a kiki. It was funny to me because this is something that I thought about, but I've never asked in the past. So, anywho, I was told that the only way that you can bring lube to the prison is if it's prescribed to you. Only if you have a prescription. You have to have your name on it. It's prescribed to you specifically. But just bringing it, buying at the store, taking it, they will not accept it. You can bring condoms as well. Like I said, the best thing to do is call visiting as well to double check, because every prison isn't the same. But you can bring condoms. They don't have to be prescribed or anything like that. But lube definitely has to be prescribed. It was so funny when I called. I just was holding my, and it was a guy that I talked to. I was like, OMG. But he talked like regular. He was like, I don't know, hold on for a second or whatever. But that was so funny to me. I was cracking up. Y'all had a good time actually writing these questions down and reviewing what I was going to respond and all that kind of stuff. It was so like funny to me, and thinking of different ways that I can help. So if you have some more questions, please leave them down below. Feel free, I will answer them. And I'm also, like I said, going to link my playlist below. So if it's other questions that you have that I might have already answered, or like my pack with me video, you can go and check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I answered them to the best of my abilities. Please make sure that you actually hit that thumbs up and subscribe button, y'all. Please. Once again, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of all of your girls' uploads. Hey girl, hey, and I will see y'all in another one. I had to let you know you're mine.